While plenty of people dabble with model trains, there's a fellow outside Philadelphia who pursues his hobby with a one-track mind. Martha Teichner has a ticket to ride.
That is wonderful.
It's just astounding.
It's mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling.
One look will convince you that there is such a thing as a collecting gene.
All of these trains were manufactured by a company called Bing.
And that Jerry Green inherited it.
I believe they went in business around 1860 or 1866.
And the little people in the dining car with their pretty dresses.
For nearly 50 years, Green has been accumulating model train sets.
I eventually collected every accessory and station that Bing had made.
That's how many pieces you think?
Over 1,000.
Oh, but there's more. Lots more.
This is a company called Rock and Grana that went into business in 1813. This was another German manufacturer, Ernest Planck. This is Malkland's first elevated station. These stations are the Rolls-Royce of the toy industry. They're all handcrafted. Each one is different. They made over 150 stations, which I have.
You have all 150?
I have every station that Malkland has ever manufactured. I mean, it's probably one of my favorite stations. It has working fountains, clock.
That's a real clock?
You wind it up.
When Green decided to sell the collection, it took his entire family 3 weeks to unpack and arrange what you see here.
The Greens kept bringing more and more boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes.
David Redden is vice chairman of auctioneers Sotheby's.
Do you think it's the biggest train collection in the world?
Yes, I think it's the biggest train collection in the world.
This is only a small portion of the collection.
These are Hornby, made in England.
Jerry Green bought his house outside Philadelphia because it had a 5,400 square foot basement. 80% of his collection is still here.
Cataloging the collection, I came up with 27,000 different items, and I have thousands of figures on top of that. I'm an obsessive collector.
His teenage obsession with record collecting even led to a career. His company, Oldies.com, sells over 500,000 titles. The trains were for fun, but Green never really played with them much, and he kept them a secret from other collectors, just quietly buying all of this, one piece at a time.
The excitement was in finding it. All the manufacturers always put out catalogs, and I'd circle what I need, and then when I got it, I would put an X through it, and I just try to collect everything that these companies made.
When he had just about every train Lionel ever made, he sold them all and began acquiring these, European trains and accessories dating from about 1850 to the 1930s. Here, in miniature, perfect replicas of a vanished age.
Tell me about those lamps.
They were kerosene lamps. They would light up.
You could really light them up.
Yeah. That's a bridge from about 1908, 1909. It was designed by Eiffel.
Eiffel as in the Eiffel Tower?
Yes. It existed in Germany up until the First World War and was bombed out.
The real bridge is gone. The toy version remains. Jerry Green decided to sell the collection when he ran out of good pieces to buy. How much is it worth?
Well into 8 figures.
So that would be above 10 million.
Well above 10 million.
Sotheby's intends to sell everything to a single buyer.
They're lights.
Mine are from...
Isn't that perfect?
When we first came up to Sotheby's the first day, we wanted to get sleeping bags and sleep over because we couldn't imagine leaving
it, yeah.
because it's always been in our basement.
Jerry Green's son Michael collects nothing.
You could go there.
But neither he nor his sisters can keep from fussing with the displays at Sotheby's. They all admit they'll miss the trains.
It's so much a part of our relationship with our father that it'll be weird to not be there.
And we'll move this over.
But for Jerry Green himself, It's been there, done that. He's ready to move on.
Can you imagine spending the time and the money and the effort and so on and filling up these rooms all over again?
Absolutely. I'm a collector. That's the fun.